Hey everybody, hope your day is going well. We are back with the reaction. Jim Croce, Bad Bad Leroy Brown. Uh, I haven't checked out any of Jim Croce's music. I've only done Jeff Castellucci's version of You Don't Mess Around with Jim, which I believe is Jim Croce's song. So I might have to check that one out too. But let's start with Bad Bad Leroy Brown.
This is another one of those character songs.
Oh,
I get out of
like that.
university in 1965, totally prepared for life in the 12th century. Kind of looked around here, looked around there, and then I got this brown letter in the mail one day, signed by a general. Said, "Come play with us." So I went down to a place called Fort Jackson in South Carolina, where they took my extensive college experience and put me into the infantry. As a lineman, I climbed telephone poles. It was communications, stringing that wire from one place to another. And I met this guy down there who was in the company. His name was Leroy Brown. Now, Leroy was one of those guys that didn't know the meaning of no. You tell Leroy to do one thing, and Leroy would do another thing. He was just one of those kind of characters. He come from Chicago, been out in the street a long time, and had to make his own way. So he was about to keep on making it. He was down there a couple weeks, and he looked at me one night. We're sitting talking. He says, "You know, Jim, I don't like this place, and I'm going to go home." So he got himself packed up, and he went home without telling anybody. Except in the Army, they call that AWOL, absent without leave. But he did come back at the end of the month to get his paycheck, and that was it. Snap put him in the handcuffs and took him away, but didn't bother him. He'd get out a little later and still hung around. He was always the kind of guy that would keep people laughing. Unless he got in trouble with him. And this is a tune I wrote about him, just called Bad Bad Leroy Brown.
Wow, first of all, I could listen to this man tell stories. That is so interesting. You know, people are away. Some people can just tell a story, man. And even not all famous people or actors can do. Like Danny DeVito, he can tell a great story. When you just listen to, some people can tell a story and you're just hanging on their lips. I love that. And I love, like he's saying, I went to college, I have this great degree, and then, you get called in to do your service. And, basically, they took my college degree, basically throw it out the window. And there were wires. It was communication. I like his sense of humor, like making the best out of it and observating. I got to keep reminding people that English is not my first language. Sometimes if I screw up, that's my go-to. That's my defense. But observing people and then like, oh yeah, that's so great. That's an amazing skill. Like comics have it, artists have it, and then make a song about it. And Leroy, he said, like, I'm going to go AWOL, but still going to go collect my check. That's badass. Bad Bad Leroy Brown. Okay. That's an interesting character. I love this, man. Already. The song hasn't even started.
And this is a tune I wrote about him, just called Bad Bad Leroy Brown.
Hey.
Well, the south side of Chicago is the baddest part of town. And if you go down there, you better just beware of a man named Leroy Brown. Now Leroy, more in trouble. See, he stand about 6'4". All the downtown ladies call him treetop lover. All the men just call him sir. And he's bad, bad Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. The better than old King Kong, that meaner than a junkyard dog.
Meaner than a junkyard dog and badder than old King Kong, meaning even King Kong was, kind of nice, to the lady. But Leroy Brown, he has no nice in him, basically, I think what he's trying to say here. And he's setting it in Chicago, in the South Side. I'm not American, but I do know of Chicago and the South Side. Many of my favorite shows and books are set in Chicago. That's why I hope to go one day, like Shameless, The Bear, but also one of my favorite book series, Harry Dresden, The Dresden Files. Anybody read it? Books by Jim Butcher, set in Chicago. There's a whole lot of things going on in Chicago in the fictional world. Yo, I like that a lot. You know, you could see it happening in front of you. Now Leroy more than trouble. You see he's standing about 6'4". You know, he ladies call him downtown ladies call him treetop lover. It's almost like, okay, the bad Leroy Brown is also a double meaning there. Ooh, yo.
King Kong, that meaner than a junkyard dog. Now Leroy, he a gambler, and he like his fancy clothes, and he like to wave him diamond rings upon everybody's nose. He got a custom Continental, he got an Eldorado too. He got a 32 gun in his pocket for fun. He got a razor in his shoe. And his bed, Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, it was Friday, about a week ago, and Leroy shooting dice. And at the edge of the bar sat a girl named Doris, and ooh, that girl looked nice. Well, he cast his eyes upon her, and her trouble soon began. And Leroy Brown had learned a lesson about messing with the wife of a jealous man.
Oh,
snap. And it's bad, Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, damn.
Oh, hey, yo, I love storytelling songs, and I could see it happening, like I said. Hey, and his voice sounds great, but it's like different than his speaking voice. Sometimes you have it, but people sing, and it's not entirely different, but it's different than I expected. I really like it, man. You could see, oh man, this is great. That's great writing, the way he's setting up this story. And Leroy being a gambler, he likes his fancy clothes. You know, he's flashing everything around, his diamond rings, but also likes to hit people with it. But he also has cars, you know, a Continental, I believe, is Lincoln. We don't have American cars here in Europe. Some people import them. Eldorado, I believe, is a Cadillac. There's a that reminds me of a Sopranos joke about a Lincoln Continental. I'm not going to repeat it here. I'm going to get canceled. If you want to look it up, Uncle Junior Continental joke on YouTube. Oh, wow. Why does my brain keeps going? I can't explain it. I'm not in control of my brain. Just let me tell you. Okay, so now he met a girl. I like the way he rhymed the edge of the bar sat. You know, the way he pronounced that. Bar sat and then named Doris, you know, almost made bar rhyme with Doris. You know, I really like that, how he bended that word and slant rhymed it. I like that a lot. Okay. They're about to get into some beef, I believe. Yeah, because if Doris is married to a jealous man. Okay, let's turn it back.
Better than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, damn, two men took to fighting, and when they pulled them from the floor, Leroy looked like a jigsaw puzzle with a couple of pieces gone.
Gee.
And it's bad, Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Yes, it's bad, Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. Better than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Yes, he was better than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog.
Wow. Man, that's great. That's incredible writing, man. And I've read that he passed away in a plane crash in 1973. I could be wrong, but he talked about in the beginning, graduated of college 1965. That means he didn't get to spend much time, get much life afterwards. I don't know. I might be wrong about that. Wow, that's heartbreaking if that's correct. Wow, what a story, man. And that was a visual line right there. Leroy looked like a jigsaw puzzle but with a couple of pieces gone, implying like he can't be fixed. Man is effed up for real, for real. No, he's really, oh man, he has been beaten badly, to say the least. A couple of pieces gone. Yo, oh man, the storytelling in these songs that I've been lately been exploring is so great. I love it. Just can't get enough of this stuff, man. It's so good. Wow. Yeah, man. And like I said, I could hear him, just listen to him tell stories, just not even singing. What an amazing storyteller. Some people just have it in them. Some people are just natural born as not killers, but storytellers. They're killing it in the storytelling game. Wow, amazing. I'm gonna explore some more. Let me know. I might check out, his, Don't Mess Around with Jim. I did the Castellucci version, and I need to check out the original. But if there's any others, let me know, and I will try to get on that. Thanks for being here. Have a wonderful day. Peace.